Hey kids, it's my birthday and I wanted to do a video about how I learned Japanese because a lot of people seem to be interested and a lot of people have told me they also want to play games in Japanese and so on and so forth. And I've been thinking about how exactly to do a video like that because I'm not super good at video editing, so I couldn't really make like a more informative, like bullet point video to explain. So I thought it might be fun to sort of talk about it while playing something that's obviously already in English, but it would be more low-key, so just kind of something going on in the background that might be interesting, while also listening to me talking about what I've gone through in terms of Japanese language learning. If that sounds like that might be interesting for you, then pull up a chair, get a snack. It's my birthday. I'm 25, by the way. So yeah, this is my first time making a video like this, so don't murder me. This is my first time playing Katamari Damacy, by the way. I've always wanted to play it, but I never had a good reason to, because I was always so wrapped up playing Japanese games because they were more interesting, and I felt like a special snowflake. Well, that will probably pick up on the mic, so let's go with no. Bye, Felicia. Alright, okay. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. No, I got it. I think you're getting it. Oh, I totally got it. Aren't you my father? Oh, this is gonna make a terrible video. Oh god. Alright. What the fuck? Thank you. Alright. So now we got to the gameplay part of it. How I learned Japanese, right? So, what the fuck? Okay. So, I started probably like most people, which is to say, I watched a lot of anime, and there are phrases that you hear in anime a lot. Like, you know, kawaii, sugoi, that kind of thing. So I just learned those at first, and you know, was a total fucking weeb or whatever. So that's fine. And then, oh my god, alright. And then I just started Googling stuff, basically, because, I mean, I lived in bumfuck Oregon, so there weren't the option of, like, high school Japanese classes or anything for me. And if you have that opportunity, I absolutely recommend, if classes are your thing and you feel better in a structured learning environment, which some people do, then I definitely encourage that. If you're not a big class person, which is totally understandable, I would not say the classes are mandatory to learn Japanese. I mean, I have taken oh Jesus Christ, excuse me, I have taken one college semester course in Japanese to learn, like the 101 grammar, structure of sentences, basically, and it was very, I mean, it was perfectly educational, just that, for me, and this is gonna sound really arrogant, so sorry in advance, my learning ability is a little faster than the average person's, or maybe that's just the language in particular. So for me, coming to terms with the fact that classes are just too slow, I ended up teaching myself a lot, and I always have. And what I mean by teaching myself is that I would go on the internet and Google, you know, it started at various, like, just categories of things that I thought were interesting. For example, I've been obsessed with honorifics since day one. Oh, no, I get it. Am I done? No? Okay, I'm not done. Sorry. Super good at this. I know you're super impressed right now. Alright. So yeah, I've been Jesus fucking Christ, mouse guy. Anyway, so yeah, I was obsessed with honorifics. Always have been. I think they're really cool. I think it's super interesting that you can learn a lot about two characters' relationships to each other based on what honorifics they use with each other, or sometimes not at all. My example I like to use is in Toradora, right near the beginning, like pretty much the end of episode 1, if I remember correctly. Taiga refers to Ryuji as Ryuji with no kun, no last name, just straight up first name, no honorific, which is called Yobiste, if you didn't know that. And the implication there is just that, well, for her, I imagine it's that he's basically her dog, so she doesn't need to give him any sort of respect. But the other implication there is that it's something you would say to someone that you're very close with, like that level of intimacy, which is how the whole, oh my god, are they dating drama starts, you know, Minori gets the wrong idea and so on and so forth. So yeah, I've always found that kind of stuff really interesting, so I just googled it because I didn't have anywhere to learn it, you know, manually, that kind of thing. So if you're the kind of person who Googles or goes on Wikipedia to learn things by yourself, you might do really well to teach yourself and set your own kind of goals. Oh, now I got it. Okay. What I mean by that is if you are interested in taking the Japanese language proficiency test, and that is a standardized test that's available in many cities across America. I believe it's available in plenty of other countries as well if you are not American. And what it does is it sets you a benchmark of how good your Japanese is. For example, JLPT 5, which is actually the bottom rank, just tests you on basic word knowledge, like, I don't know, Neko or something. Whereas JLPT N1, which is the rank I will be testing for this December, tests you for competent fluency, like the ability to straight up read a newspaper if you can, which, yeah, definitely need to study for that. But the point is about the JLPT is that it sets you specific, you know, expectations of how much you should know in order to pass, which can be good if you work well with structure. And I definitely work well with a little structure, but, you know, classes are often geared towards the lowest common denominator in terms of students, so they're often very slow or reasonably slow. And if you're a slow learner, I am not trying to shit on you by any means. And if you feel comfortable in classes and learn better in classes where you have access to a native speaker right out the gate, and also other learners where you can kind of practice and sort of have fun with it, then yeah, I'm not shitting on that by any means. And I encourage you to pursue that if that's where you feel comfortable and if that's available for you. But if it's not, or if that's not your cup of tea, I want you to know basically that, yeah, I know. I want you to know that that's not like an automatic game over for your Japanese learning. Like, just because Japanese wasn't available in my high school as an optional foreign language, you know, obviously that didn't stop me. And I think another part of it too is your motivation. Like, if you're the kind of person who's watched anime all your life, you are like a subs over dubs person like me, like, you find it really interesting to know all the trivia of, like, oh, you know, in Japan, dogeza is a form of apology, you know. No, I don't want to view the tutorial again. Tutorial? Anyway, if you're that kind of person who's just going to constantly learn more and more about Japan, and you're super interested in Japanese, and that motivation is there, then I think you're safe pursuing your own self-study. You know, the downside to self-study is that no one is there asking you to turn in homework. Speaking of which, I have a study book that I haven't even touched that I need to touch, but I don't because I don't have homework or, you know, the consequences of failing grade waiting for me. But if you are that self-motivated where you're going to be interested in learning this stuff anyways, then I absolutely encourage you to teach yourself. And how I started doing that was I used the Jlpt Benchmarks, which is why I brought it up earlier. So I actually started from JLPT N4, And that was because I had already taken that one course on basic Japanese sentence structure, which is pretty much what N5 is looking for. So, can I get back to playing now? Anyway, JLPT, what you can do to sort of start your own self-study with JLPT is you can Google what the expected grammar knowledge and vocab terms are for the particular level, and you can sort of teach yourself using that. There are plenty of JLPT resource sites out there, but I will go ahead and put up some annotations / links in the description of stuff that I use. So that might be... What were you even doing? Alright, get out of here. So that might be helpful for you if you're looking to start. What the fuck am I even doing right now? Where am I supposed to go? What the fuck? What? Did I just like quit the game? How do I progress? Why? Maybe if I'd been paying attention and not talking, then I would know. God fucking damn it. Well, this is embarrassing. Yeah, get a grip, seriously. Alright, well, ignoring the fact that I accidentally canceled out of the entire game last time and had to replay that, just go ahead and save now, because that's the smart thing to do. Where the fuck do I even go? Oh. Alright, so now that we're back on track, that's good. Was that Tagalog? It was Tagalog! Oh my god! This fucking guy. Alright, that's good. Okay, that's good. That is good. Oh, I have a time limit this time. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. So, now that we're back on track, let's, oh god, Jesus fuck. Oh my god. Alright. You wanna play like that? We can play like that. Anyway, so... What the fuck was I gonna say? God! Oh my god! Alright. This game is not that exciting and I need to calm down. So... I think the reason that the JLPT has been helpful for me is that it's really encouraging for me to see some kind of benchmark, borderline benchmark to my success. Like, or maybe that doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me to have some kind of indicator of how well I'm doing, and nothing says you did it like a pass mark on a test for me, but I've also been one of those where taking tests wasn't very stressful. I mean, the JLPT can be stressful just because I want to pass it so badly, so I won't like talk down the JLPT there if possible. God! This is maybe a mistake, I don't know. But I think it would be useful for a lot of people, and that's probably why a lot of people take it. However, it does cost money to enroll or to secure a seat. God fucking damn it! To secure a seat for taking the test. Like, just to take for the privilege of taking the test, you have to pay $50 or $60 depending on what level of JLPT you want to take, and that's in America. I am not, obviously I'm not in another country, and I'm not 100% sure how much it may cost you in your given currency, but if that's, you know, if this is going to be something you want to consider, if this is going to be something you want to consider, then you might need to know just ahead of time to save up some money, maybe maybe throw $50 into Google and see what the equivalent amount would be in your currency. I will put up a link to the official JLPT, and it'll probably have links on how to find out how much of your currency it will cost you to take the test if you're interested. And this is every year in America, at least. I think in Japan and maybe some other countries as well, it's every 6 months. In Japan, it's a there's a test in July, and then there's a test in December. And for me, living in America, there's only a test in December, which is, you know, unfortunate, but that's how it is. So I spend... God fucking damn it, mouse! I swear to God, the second I'm big enough, you're dead. You're dead to me. Alright, excuse me. Oh, God! So yeah, just something to keep in mind. If you are nowhere near taking Jlpt, or if that's how you feel, you know, I'm not judging, then what I encourage you to do, oh God. Thank you, just get it bigger, that's your fucking advice? Excuse me. So what I encourage you to do is definitely start learning Hiragana. Like, obviously, if you've already learned Hiragana, this advice is useless for you, but if you are just starting out to Japanese, and maybe you're at the point where I was, you know, watching anime and you know, like Tsugoi or something, I definitely encourage you to learn Hiragana first. And it can be tempting to learn with Romaji, you know, like, just spell out Sugoi like S-U-G-O-I or whatever. But, I feel like learning Romaji becomes sort of like a security blanket for you, and then it becomes really hard to force yourself to read actual Japanese without putting it into Romaji first. And, this is something of a speaking from experience kind of thing, because reading Japanese makes my brain hurt, and maybe it wouldn't if I had made myself study in Hiragana exclusively more often. So now even, you know, someone who can read the average sentence, even I'm not perfectly fluent, that's why I still gotta take the N1, and they say that even, oh god, I'm fucking this up, excuse me. So even this, God, give me something. Give me the things, please. Oh, give me things. Oh God. Okay, this is not stressful at all. This is fine. This is, you know, it's good. Oh, Jesus. This is good. So yeah, even... Maybe I'll come back to that. Oh, give me things, please, love God, give me things. So desperate for things right now. I'm gonna fail this. This is so embarrassing. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, God damn it. Well, that's awesome. Right. Yeah, no shit, it was mediocre. This is like my second time playing ever. What was that in the shadows? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I encourage you to learn Hiragana as soon as possible. And, you know, just memorize all the Hiragana, memorize katakana, because that's gonna be the basis for, oh my god, why am I in a basket? That's just gonna be the basis for what all the sentences are gonna be made out of, because, you know, even advanced sentences, they use Hiragana, at least in the grammar structure. So, that can be useful, you know, to know Hiragana. Oh god, oh. Alright. Embarrassing multitasking aside. So, yeah, Hiragana will never not be useful. So I encourage you to use that as your baseline understanding, and to avoid Romaji as much as possible, just to get yourself in the learning mindset, sort of, you know, create for yourself an engrossed learning environment. And once you've got Hiragana down, I encourage you to learn words. I mean, that sounds like the easiest, most waste of time advice ever. But you'll find that with the more words that you learn, the more, you know, fun you can have making sentences. And for me, making sentences has been, like, crucial to any learning I've really done. Like, even today, like, I will take a new word and sort of put it into a sentence, and that helps me learn the word. So, oh god, now I'm all lopsided. So that sounds like something that, you know, could be fun for you if you're the type who would rather just give yourself homework to learn, then that might be something you would consider doing. I think making sentences sort of activates the creative part of my— oh my god, I'm just picking up food? That's nasty. Activates the creative part of my brain and sort of like helps wedge the word into my brain better. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I know, get it bigger, useless. Oh, Jesus. Is this card stuff? And, once you can read sentences, that's where playing games starts to happen. Of course, even for me right now, I often, you know, I'm encountering words that I've never found before. You know, if I'm watching Psychopaths or whatever, then I might learn words relating to, I don't know, being a cop. So there's always new things to learn, and I don't think that you should stress out about not knowing a word if you come across something new. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to, you know? Maybe I don't want to have fucking mice in my Katamari. Fun fact, Katamari means cluster, and Damacy is just a different spelling for Tamashi, which is the original Japanese title. So I found it really interesting that they decided to just not even translate the title, just, you know, call it like a corruption of the original Japanese, which I guess makes sense because this game is so weird in Japanese anyway that nobody's gonna care. Don't bother giving me tips on how to play this game, by the way, because I'm probably not gonna make any more videos on it for quite a while after this, so you won't have to put up with this. Oh, it's omurice. That's nice. Oh god, why am I fucking myself like that? Can we just... what the fuck is it doing up there? What is that? What is it doing? I don't have time for your shit, lipstick! Oh my god, I'm gonna fail again. This is the worst. I mean, it's not the worst. Just give me all this fucking tempura shrimp or whatever this is. Prawns. Yes! Oh my god. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so my terrible Katamari-ing aside, I hope that this video has been somewhat insightful for you. Maybe not. Yeah, my advice boils down to pretty much use sentences and sort of force yourself to read in hiragana as much as possible. Like, I order Nakayoshi every month from Amazon Japan, and it's actually really easy to order from Amazon Japan. Books, at least. I notice they typically don't ship anything else to America. They're like, oh no, your address it's not good enough. You can't, so. But books, you can, and Nakayoshi falls into that. And the thing about Nakayoshi, obviously it's shoujo manga, so that may or may not be in your interests. But the thing about it is that it's... Are we just gonna keep going? Okay. The thing about it is that it has Hiragana over the kanji, and Hiragana, if you don't know, is hiragana reading over the kanji, so it tells you how to pronounce it, which, you know, if you're starting out, or if you come across a word you don't know, that can be really helpful. So, once you know hiragana, then you can start reading, and, you know, every time you come across a word you don't know, I absolutely recommend you look it up. Am I supposed to be going for something? Like, I know it sucks to be reading something. Are we done? Okay. I know it sucks to be reading something and then you have to stop, pull out your dictionary or your phone or however you prefer to look up things, and then find out what it is, and then try and learn it, like repeat it to yourself and then put it away and then keep reading. But it's helpful. I really feel that it's helpful, especially if it becomes a word that gets used, you know, like, I don't know, if you don't know the word for like a particular animal, like, you know, lion is shishi, so then if you come across that and then there's somebody talking about this lion, so then it repeats the word over and over, you'd be surprised how when you come across it again, you'll be able to remember what it is, and the brain can do incredible things that way. At least I feel that's the case. Pencil star. Good. So, yeah, I encourage you to just force yourself to use the language basically. What the fuck are we watching?
Come on, it's time to go.
Okay.
Okay.
The stars have suddenly vanished from the sky. The cause is being investigated.
Why did I choose this game? Look, it says no data. Why does it keep saying no data? The fuck, man? I'm confused and angry now. Okay, whatever. So yeah. I guess what it really boils down to is having fun. Make cancer? Excuse me. I'd say the most important thing to studying is having fun with it. You know, like, for me at least, that textbook that I'm supposed to be studying with has been sitting there gathering dust. But, you know, I'm playing, or let's playing at least, 2 different games now, and I'm certainly having fun that way, and I'm learning that way. And if that's the kind of thing that sounds good to you, like learning through video games, then, oh my god, the yummiest cancer. Oh, okay. Haha, crabs. I get it. Alright. Can I even roll crabs this way? Anyway, if... Oh, oh, I can. Oh, that's adorable. Oh. They look like spiders, though. What the fuck? This isn't crabs at all, is it? Being lied to. So, if video games are where you're headed in terms of your language progression, you just really want to play video games, which is what I did, so no judgment here, then I encourage you to just start. You know, obviously, if you're just starting out and you only know, like, maybe a few kanji and then hiragana. Oh god, there is a spider in there, that's fucking nasty. Anyway. If that's where you're starting out, then you might feel like video games are a little bit too big of a step up for you, and I understand that. But I also think that you'd be surprised how much you know after studying. Give me very gross-ass spider. Anyways. You'd be surprised how much you know just from trying. At least, I don't know, for me, I didn't think I could translate things. And then one day, someone was like, why don't you try it? So I did. Was I not supposed to get the spiders? Oh god. So I tried, and it turned out I could translate, you know? I mean, it wasn't perfect, and I had to look up some things still, but I could at least do it. And I had fun doing it, so much so that I think I learned more that way than I ever would have just staring at a book, you know, and thinking, oh, I wish I could translate, but I can't, so I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, if reading books is how you enjoy your time, then, you know, what you can do is get, I don't know, beginner books. They have beginner books at, say, Kinokuniya or other Japanese bookstores that might exist that I don't know about because I'm dumb. They have, you know, books meant for grade schoolers, and if you're 25 like me and you're reading books in Japanese for grade schoolers, maybe that's a little embarrassing for you. Oh god, what have I done? Okay. Excuse me. But it could be fun, and you'd be able to read it, right? And you'd probably still learn some things, right? And then you can work your way up to, like, say, the Harry Potter series in Japanese, which is also available at Kinokuniya, and I got that. Have I read it? No. Because I'm too busy playing video games. And that's, I think, bottom line, that's just how it's gonna be. You're gonna study the way you want to study, and at least if you're self-studying, you won't have motivation to study in ways you don't want to. And I think it's better to just study the way you're going to want to than to force yourself to study the way you think you should be studying. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense. What am I even aiming for? I wasn't paying attention at all because I'm too busy rambling, but, yeah, I think I think that's the bottom line for me, is if you're motivated to study, like, Japanese is important to you, not just something that might be fun, but, like, it's what you think about and, you know, what you're, like, really motivated to do. And if you know what you like, you know how you learn, you have an understanding of, like, God, get away from me! You have an understanding of whether you prefer a classroom, or if you're better off just learning on your own for whatever reason. You know, maybe classrooms are too fast for you, I don't know. That could also in itself be a reason to self-study. I keep saying basically, but, oh my god, what am I supposed to be aiming for? I forgot already. Okay, alright. Fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna end this video here soon, so let me end it on a positive note, which is, don't sell yourself short, you know? If you need to learn slower, that's fine. If you need to learn faster, like me, that's also fine. As long as you're trying, God fucking damn it. Oh my god, this isn't gonna end on a this isn't gonna end on a positive note, because I just keep getting stuck and pissing myself off. But, alright, gonna end this video. Okay, so what I want you to know is that you can learn Japanese, and don't stress out if you don't learn Japanese very quickly, because it's taken me like 5 years to get this far. I took that first beginner course in college in 2009, so, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it really sucks that it takes so long, but before you know it, you'll be really good, and you'll be like, holy shit, how did my brain remember all these kanji? How am I reading this right now? I think you'll be really impressed, the level at which you can attain just after, you know, watching anime. Like, I haven't stopped watching anime since I was like 8 years old, and here I am. So even if you feel like a complete loser, at least know that I believe in you. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video on that note. Once again, it is my birthday, so that's cool. I am gonna have some cake, and drink more, especially if I'm gonna continue playing this game. No, I probably really shouldn't. I suck terribly at this game. But I hope that some of this has been interesting, at least, and I hope that it might be beneficial to someone, you know, at least my words of encouragement to someone who maybe feels that they can't, or that it's really hard, or that they suck, because it is really hard, but you can, and even if you suck now, you won't always suck. I mean, I think that's the basics for learning anything, really. Like learning guitar, you're gonna sound terrible and play Wonderwall at first. Then you'll get better. And don't forget to take breaks. That's also important, you know. If reading Japanese makes your brain hurt like it does for me, then, you know, you can cheat every once in a while and throw it into Google Translate and just, you know, give your brain a break. But, you know, don't cut yourself too much slack, I guess. You gotta give yourself a break now and then, but then, you know, you gotta try, man. If you're trying, then I think you can do it. Just don't be afraid to try and do the thing, you know? Thanks for listening.